For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, very good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Good morning.
Let's start it off with what was an egg face on the name, the brand, and the legacy of Manchester United as they were held to a 3-3 draw in regulation time in the FA Cup semi-finals against Coventry City, and everyone have been bashing the team because Coventry are actually low in the Championship division, and they were happy and they were hoping that Manchester United will rise to the fore. And this man, Højlund, after scoring the goal, celebrated like they had just actually won the Champions League, only to discover no one celebrated with him. He had to do the walk of shame, literally, and that was Maguire coming in to just thank and applaud the Cardiff fans. As it stands right now, they will be playing Manchester City in the FA Cup final, a repeat of last year's final, which Manchester City won. So at the moment, since the 1800s, we've not had back-to-back finals with the same team. So let's see if Manchester United can end this very, very dreadful season on the high. But in the meantime, people have criticized Manchester United because while an anemic performance was put out in the second half, they said their owner, or their part owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who is 71 years of age, ran the London Marathon and putting up a personal best of over 4 hours.
Yes, no.
And after that, he came to say, what the game?
Yes,
people are asking questions.
He's a fit man. That's what it means.
Okay, but that's sport for you. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, they're actually showing the medal he got at the London Marathon, and at 71, running for over 4 hours. Mind-boggling, I must actually say. Now, away from...
that means, I'm sorry, okay, continue the story, I'll tell you about it.
Okay, let's talk about the El Clasico yesterday, and Real Madrid actually peeping Barcelona on the day with Jude Bellingham scoring the all-important goal to seal that particular tie. 11 points separates both team. When they actually met earlier in the season, it was still Jude Bellingham in stoppage time that actually put in the winner. This man is turning into something. 21 goals at the moment. He's having the best season of his life. Highest goal scorer in the La Liga. The race for the Pichichi, he's looking like he will actually win it. Real Madrid right now, 11 points clear of Barcelona. It's looking like...
And he's just 20.
He's just 20.
His game is so mature.
Just 20. Just 20. The composure, the finish, magnificent, I must actually say. But Barcelona fans are feeling hard done. Because what we saw on the pitch of play, we know there is the GDS and the goal line technology in play. But Barcelona fans are still thinking that what in the world happened? Because there was a ball that was a very cheeky finish, if they can actually help us with that, a very cheeky finish, talking about the Barcelona one. And some will say that it actually got into the back of the net. Of course, okay, these were the stars that actually showed up for the El Clasico, and I must tell you, it was a star-studded affair. But getting back to that particular controversy, Barcelona fans are asking the question, how did the GDS not go off? How did the goal line technology not signify the referee on the day that Barcelona at the moment had that particular goal? Since they don't actually have it, for the brevity of time, let's actually press it further away from that. And let's actually get into Formula One quickly. And in Formula One, of course, it was business as usual for one man. Of course, Max Verstappen and the Red Bull team, as he actually finished top on the grid in the Chinese Grand Prix with another Brit, not Lewis Hamilton, but Lando Norris actually finished second, and third on the grid was Perez. And at the moment, it's looking like it's going to be another Verstappen season without a doubt. I do not know what is happening to Lewis Hamilton, but he should get the memo that regardless of all the problems he's having, mentally he needs to get into the flow of things, because we know he'll be jumping ship to Ferrari next season. But competitiveness is a mental thing than a physical manifestation. He cannot be falling off the pitch continually, because if you see George Russell still trying to soldier it on, and if you see another brick there, Lando Norris, and quite enough of them soldiering it on, he needs to do better. But before I go, let me just... Okay.
They've got the clip.
Okay, so the Barcelona clip, if we were to get back there. So now this is the clip that actually has stunned quite a number of people, and everyone seems to be asking the question. This ball looked like it had crossed the line there. They're probably not so clear. But of course, other camera angles have actually looked at this thing closely, and everyone seems to be asking the question, didn't know? How is it that the GDS did not sound that particular alarm that it's looking like it has actually gone in? But certainly, of course, the referee had something on his arm, which was the GDS system that should notify him. But maybe error there. But since it didn't go off, they didn't count it. Barcelona feeling hard done. And finally, Samson Yeboah Siasia, we know him very well. A medal-winning coach for the Nigerian national team, not just Super Eagles, Nigerian national team, had so much to say in a photo. Yeah? So, okay. So now, the point is this. He had actually spoke about what the coaches and what are the treatment given to coaches and the rest of them. And this is what he had to say. And I don't know if this would impact the kind of contract the next coach will get for the national team. Let's get to hear him.
They are paying white man $50,000 a month. They'll give you $1 million.
And they won't even pay for like God knows.
And that $1 million, people they work with, they won't pay inside too. As you don't have a family. You don't feed your family. Then you start making trouble. So this guy, why not too much?
Everything has to do with your negotiating power. If, for example, Philly George family is in Nigeria, it's easy to negotiate with him and say, okay, let us not dollarize your payment. Let's use Naira because I want to strengthen Naira. I want to be part of the economic process in this country. So there are different situations. So I don't think we should just jump and say we want to pay. But it also depends on what they have. Is the federal government ready to support them? Like the federal government was able to pay Pissarro. If the federal government did not pay Pissarro, by now we're talking about litigation, we're talking about cash, we're talking about all those things.
All right, there you actually have it. People asking questions, why should local coaches earn less and why should foreign coaches earn more?
And it's very sad. And I'm happy Siasia talked about it because even if you're trying to make the argument you want to support the Naira, why can't you pay them the equivalent? It just shows that you don't honor and you don't celebrate them because most of these coaches, they have top brass. Okay, look at an Amunike, for instance. You see how top brass he is. He's coach Tanzania and all of that. Mm-hmm. So even if you're going to pay them in local currency, pay them the equivalent and pay them on time.
Now, in all fairness, before now, most of all these local coaches we're talking about were local coaches. Save the late Stephen Keshi. But most of all the local coaches were local coaches.
But the truth is,
without any international experience.
I hear we need to go. But the truth has to be said. If you don't amplify your own locals, they will not be international.
True.
If we didn't support Afrobeat music here, it will not be global.
Absolutely.
You become local first before you become global. That's why they call it glocal.
All right, just very quickly, Pep Guardiola's rant over the weekend. Yes, they beat Chelsea 1-0 to advance to face Man City.
Yeah, Manchester United in the final.
Manchester United, sorry, in the final.
So, yeah.
But one thing he talked about was the fixtures, and this is something he's often talked about in terms of the unfairness, the fact that they just played Real Madrid in the Champions League, yeah. And then a few days later had to face Chelsea in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And what he had mentioned was that beyond the physical impact on the players, it's emotional impact. Of course, they lost Real Madrid and the fact that we're coming home. And the other three, Coventry, Manchester United, Chelsea, didn't play during the week, so it was unfair on them. And he was saying that if they didn't win, it would be as if it was sour grapes. But now they won, he can come out to advocate. But I don't know if there will be any changes in that. FA Cup, Premier League, very adamant in terms of the days that
commitment to broadcasters and the fixtures.
But it's something to think about, and perhaps maybe.
I doubt it.
I mean,
I doubt if it will ever change.
But he will continue to advocate for that.
It's good to advocate for it.
Very quick points. The FA Cup's semi-final. Look, Coventry played like a Premier League team.
Yes, it did.
Manchester United played like a championship team.
Yes.
In other words, their performance was an embarrassment. Eric Ten Hag has said, we managed to get away with it. Well, they managed to get away with it, but now we're going to have a local derby in the FA Cup final. If they play the way they played against Coventry, against Man City, in fact, they will receive 6-0. But
it will not be the first time.
Well, that's what is likely.
It's not going to be the second
because
time.
Their performance was embarrassing.
Okay.
And the question will be, will Eric Ten Hag survive if he loses that match. For Sir Jim Ratcliffe, all is well that ends well, for him, relatively. And then, of course, what's his name? Max Verstappen. I mean, he's in a league of his own. The Dutchman,
at the moment,
4 wins out of 5 races this
Flying
year
Dutchman.
alone. Yes, so the Dutchman is flying. However, can anybody stop him?
Never.
That
Now,
is
at the moment,
question.
no. At the moment, no.
Now, Xavi is furious because of that VAR thing that you pointed out, and he was saying, why is it that we don't have in the La Liga the kind of thing they have in the Premier League? But for me, the more important thing is the stardom of Jude Bellingham, who always rises to the occasion.
Yes, it does.
When
It matters the most.
It matters most. Finally, congratulations to Tunde Onakoya,
Yes, we
the
said that over the
Nigerian
weekend.
who has put Nigeria now on the map.
Yes.
The Guinness World Records organization has not spoken
Have
yet.
they ratified it yet?
But
Not
we are,
yet.
but we
Too
are,
early.
So
but
let's
we are
wait.
already
Let's
celebrating
Yes.
because he went as far as 60 hours,
Yeah, more than
beyond
92.
the record of 58 hours, 9 minutes and 37 seconds, that 2 Dutch persons had done, before now. So congratulations to him, and the president, celebrating him, others celebrating him, just shows that this is a country of exceptionally gifted young people who are doing great things. Thank you very much, Aaron.